Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of You Can Sit With Us. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Maggie, and I'm joined today by Becky.
Hello.
And we got Jonathan here on the ones and twos.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Good to be back.
I know.
We invited him back. Absolutely has nothing to do with Rainie being out of town.
Rainie is out of town, so I'm stepping in and sitting here today. So
Thank you for sitting with us,
We
Jonathan.
appreciate you being
it's
here.
my pleasure.
Yeah. So I have a question. What is your favorite realistic way to take care of yourself and practice self-care?
Self-care? A shower, baby.
A shower?
Washing that hair, shaving them leggies.
Yeah.
That is my number one. Like, if I feel like poop, take a shower. Although sometimes taking a shower is work within itself, like working up to taking a shower. You got to be like, okay, today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today's
Has that been ripped away from you since having said baby?
No, I'm a night shower.
Oh, okay.
I shower at night so I can keep that routine going. Yeah, I used to shower every morning. Now I shower every night. And I really don't see myself going back to showering in the morning.
Really?
Like now that I get into bed like really clean, like I'm lightly disgusted with Keith when I see him. I'm like,
He's a dirty boy.
you're in here? You got in the bed when you've been out in the world?
Yeah, that is when you
Nasty.
think about it. It is a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can rewear your pajamas so much more because you
true.
weren't dirty when you got in them.
Right.
And what are you doing in your sleep? Running around? Exercising? No. You're sleeping.
True. Does
You
Keith
can
wear
rewear
a
'em.
full set of pajamas?
No, just underoos. Just underoos.
Man.
But Zai also is a night shower, and I also think it's disgusting and repulsive. And he also
To night shower?
to get into the bed after being out and about all
okay.
day.
He's a morning
morning
shower.
Yeah, he's a morning shower, and he just like is in his filth. He also admitted to me.
His filth.
He also admitted to me this weekend. He's like, "I'm so glad that you take the initiative to wash the sheets because if you didn't do it, I think it would be a year." I'm like, a year?
A year?
A year.
Oh,
Honestly,
my
knowing what
God.
his old apartment looked like, I'm like, that makes sense. I don't think that boy ever washed his sheets.
What did his old apartment look like?
Jersey sheets.
Garbage, like literal like garbage you had to climb over.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
His bed was in the corner, I remember, and you just had to like go over like mountains of laundry. But he is good at, I trained him to start doing my laundry because I'm so bad at it.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
that's a plus.
Yeah.
Has he shrunk anything?
He
Ruined
dyed
anything?
A couple white shirts, a little tinge of blue, but that you can fix that. You could just use some OxyClean and put it in the sun, and I fixed a couple of them.
Yeah.
And then we spoke.
We chatted.
But like I'm not complaining. Like he'll just like get everything going. We now have like blended laundry baskets together, which we used to just have separate. So now we have colors and whites instead of Zach and Maggie's.
Wow.
Things are
moving.
But then some weeks when he can't do it, I'll do it. So now it's like this lovely little thing, marriage. Highly recommend, guys.
Highly recommend. Someone will do your laundry with you or for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have a trade-off at our house. I'll do the laundry, but I won't touch the garbage. The garbage could be as full, it could be falling out. The dishes could be overflowing in the sink. These hands, they will not touch.
Manicure.
They will not touch. Not a chance.
Wow.
Keith does that, and then he gets nice, clean, close.
Wow.
That's the trade. And then when my mom's in town, which she is right now,
Wow.
Kim does our laundry because she
That's
loves
self-care.
us. It is the nicest thing. The first couple times it was weird. And Keith was like, your mom's like cleaning my underwear. And I was like, well, she's not cleaning your underwear. She's putting it in the washing machine.
Yeah, she's not inspecting it. No.
And then after that, he was like, no, this is actually really nice. Whenever my mom's in town, I'm like, what am I going to wear? I have so many clothes.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Self-care.
But it only happened when the baby came.
Yeah.
She didn't do that before.
She didn't.
No. She would pick things up because it like stresses her out to see like clutter.
Mm-hmm.
So she would like clean as she went.
That's nice.
But vibes.
Yes. Acts of service.
Acts of service.
We
for
love
sure.
it.
What's your self-care ritual?
So showering for me is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's very stressful. I do everything showers, obviously. not every single time, but when I have to do it. But for me is reminding myself to take a breath. And I know this sounds super corny, but I will take 5 minutes and do like a guided meditation before I go to sleep. And I feel like it helps because my heart is currently always racing throughout the day. Life has just been so like chaotic.
Yeah.
So reminding myself to just take a breath before bed. And I feel like that is like the only time that I get my heart to slow down because otherwise I'm just like in a panic.
So up.
Yeah. So it does help. I know that sounds like, okay, everyone tells us to take deep breaths, but like if you can do like guided breath work, it doesn't have to be long because I've done like 20-minute ones and I just like zone out and I'm like, this is horrible. But the 5
What do
minutes,
they say? Every thought is it's okay to have the thought, but to let it go.
Yeah. It's okay if your mind
I
wanders.
could never do that. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Gotta get out of my brain.
But I like it right before bed. Sometimes Zach does it with me. Sometimes he doesn't. But our alarm clock will just like, I'll hit it and it's like, okay, it's time to wind down. I'm like, okay, great. And then I'll do it and then I'll fall asleep. And
Do you
it's
do any
lovely.
like noise, like brown noise, white noise?
I'm
while you're
addicted to
snoozing?
brown noise now.
Same. We're the brown noise family.
It's only
I love
been
it.
a couple months, but our alarm clock just like has brown noise on it. And I've noticed when we go out of town or I spend the night at my parents' house, like if I don't have brown noise, I'll have to pop it up on my app because now I'm just like reliant on it. Because now I'm more
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. You can do it on your phone, like literally in your background noise. It's part of like the accessibility features. And brown noise, Jonathan, I can hear you wondering
I'm
what the
over
difference.
here. I'm
I can
trying
hear
to
you
figure out
being like, what are you
I've
talking
never heard
about?
of this before. What is brown noise?
Once you hear it,
Okay.
you'll be like, oh, I get it. So
Okay.
white noise, I'm going to pull it up on my little app.
Okay.
So this is also a pro tip for anyone with a baby who needs to like calm down out in the world. You can go on your phone and it'll play brown noise from your phone.
Okay.
So that is
But they're different
Always lit.
frequencies. So white noise,
interesting.
if you hear the difference, you're like, I don't want to listen to that when I'm sleeping.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's like high pitched, like static on a TV, whereas brown noise is lower and it's more
interesting.
like a fan or like a laundry machine, like a low rumble.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like one time Keith and I were driving in the car and Henny was sleeping and we had it on the speaker.
No way.
Keith literally pulled over because we were like, oh my God, is that like a helicopter? Because we forgot we turned it on and it sounded like we were being invaded. Okay, let's go to my background sounds.
That's so interesting.
Theirs is
And-
called dark noise. Is
Dark
what
noise.
the
Okay.
This is dark noise.
Okay.
It's like low.
Low,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
deep.
And it takes your,
Huh.
And
like when I
then-
first put it on for Zach, he's like, turn this off. This sounds, oh yeah, that's white noise.
This is white noise.
Oh yeah, that's too
It's
high.
like higher
That's too high
pitched.
pitched. Yeah.
It's also there's supposed to be something with like brown noise versus white noise versus pink noise for like brain development and like
Oh, interesting.
things like that. Because
So we like brown noise for babies.
brown noise
Okay,
is
brown
good for
noise
babies.
for-
And also like when you're listening, I don't know how other people did it, but we had white noise on for Henny when we first brought him home, and I was like, I'm gonna stab myself in the ears because like we were sleeping near him.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do this. I'm gonna claw my face out. And then a mom I met with Sarah was like, try brown noise. It's the best. And I was like, oh, I love this. And now I do my little brown noise every night.
Yeah. I
It's
love
the
it.
best.
I love it. It took Zach a second to adjust to it, but now my alarm is like very soft, but it's just the brown noise turning off. And sometimes just the brown noise turning off is enough for me to wake up
Oh,
on my
interesting.
own.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
just like, what?
interesting.
Where am I? Where am I?
So what is it like when you don't have it? Is it tough to sleep? Is it tough to wake
I can
up?
do it. I
Okay.
can do it, but it's just like a part of my nightly routine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that it's accessible on my phone because it would be rough if I couldn't.
Right.
But
Yeah.
there's been like noisy hotels that we've stayed in since
Oh, yeah.
incorporating it into. And I'm just like, thank goodness. Our neighbors were having like a very large backyard party and I didn't want to be that neighbor to complain. So throw on the brown noise,
yeah.
turn up
yeah.
the volume, go to sleep.
Nice.
Yeah, I did that when our neighbors were doing construction. They were like putting up like a pergola thing. So it was like all metal on metal. And they were so nice. And they're so much better than our old neighbors that used to live there. So they like called and they were like, we're so sorry. We know the baby's sleeping. Like they're going to be done soon. I was like, don't even worry about it. I had like 3 brown noise machines.
3?
Like I had one in his room, one outside his door, and one outside the other door. And they were all turned up to like 100%. And he slept right through it.
Nice.
But like I was like,
Yeah, I'm sure.
not the most relaxing afternoon for me. But live, laugh, love.
Yeah. You do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. Do you think you'll start doing your meditations like in the morning or during the day or like when you're driving? You incorporate it more?
I don't think I could do it when I'm driving because I feel like you fully have to zone out and like close your eyes and like focus on your breath, which driving plus that seems unsafe. In the morning, I don't think so. The mornings are just too chaotic. I try and get Bowie just like a tiny little walk, and even that like at the expense of my breakfast sometimes or doing any sort of thing for me. I was like, I have to get this dog out. And if not, he's just going to be a maniac. So yeah. So nighttime for me.
You got to put headphones on Bowie so he can do the meditation.
Oh my God. He does get...
Don't they have like dog...
They say green noise is good for dogs. It's like, I don't know. I have not listened to green noise, so I can't give you...
Interesting.
I have not.
So
I
all the colors. Each one has a different... I've got
Pink,
some research
green,
to
brown.
I like searched our alarm when I was gone, and I heard that we were getting bark alerts. I was like, there must be someone at the door, and I searched dog as if they were gonna like play like calming dog music or something that I could play remotely from my phone, and it did say green noise for dogs, and I was like, need to look into this. Yeah,
that's cool. I wonder if they have something like that for cats. Though we might be giving Alfred away. He's bad cat of the week. You know what this cat did?
No, what did Alfred do?
You know what this bad cat did?
Bad cat?
Last night, the side door was open again. And this time I was like, Keith, why is this door open again? Because the first time he left it open and they had their cat adventure. Both of them went outside. Everything was fine. This, I was like, this is time number 2. So bad, like bad Keith. And I'm walking around the house, like shaking wet food outside. Finally, after like Keith went into Henry's room, Henry was like, I'm like, sorry, buddy.
Have you seen Alfred?
Alfred wasn't in there. Yeah. Because sometimes they get trapped in there during bedtime. And then finally, after like probably like 8 minutes of looking for him, he just showed up at the side door. And then I was like obviously chastising Keith. Like, I can't believe you did this again. And then he was like, I don't think I did. Like, I really don't remember going outside. And like, you went to the bathroom. You had to walk by this door. Like, if I had left it open, you would have seen it open. And I'm like, I don't know.
Keith.
And so Keith closes the door and he just pushes it with his hand and it opened.
Oh, no.
So it was the latch. So I was like, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I was so mean to you. We were both in a heightened emotional state.
Oh, man.
But Alfred went outside. And then this morning, he was playing with Henry outside, brought him in, and when he opened the door, he had Henry in his arms, opened the door, Alfred bolted. Keith ran in, put Henry on the bed because I was in like by the vanity.
What does he want to go do?
I know. And then he coaxed him back inside. He didn't go that far, but we were like, what is wrong with you?
No.
Do you remember what your life was like before us?
Yeah.
It was terrible. You lived a horrible cat life.
Yeah.
You live like a king here. He got 3 wet foods yesterday.
3 wet
3.
Well, maybe that's what he's learned is that if I run away, when I come back,
They'll give me wet
give
food.
me the goodies.
I know. So we're like, he did not get any when he got back in. We went, you're a bad boy. And he didn't get to sleep with us last night because he went outside. So we had to give him his flea medicine.
Oh,
Because we don't always
right.
give him his flea medicine because they're not outside cats.
Yeah.
But obviously we can't, it's on the back of their neck. So we can't be like rolling around in our bed with like poison.
Right. So he's not a night shower. He's not
a night shower. No, though he did get a little shower yesterday with water on a rag because he clearly like went in the dirt and he's like a white cat. So he looked like, I was like, you look like a filthy little stray. Somebody could have clipped you.
Oh,
what do you think he went? He just like went and rolled around.
I don't know. He's a little demon. He's being a bad boy. I think he saw an animal. And was like, I'm going to go get it. Yeah, because he's big enough that we think he put his hands up or his paws up on the door and pushed it open or nudged it with his head and opened it. Because it did not take much strength to open that door.
Oh, we'll take Alfred.
You can have him.
I'll take him. He's Angel Cat.
I would have never thought the day where I would be like, Alfred, you're a bad boy, and Grandpa is the good boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Grandpa Barry up to these days?
Oh, he let Henry poke him the other day, which is the most physical contact they've ever had. So that was pretty good. Wow. I don't know. He's just been chilling.
Yeah.
He's like kind of like
coexisting is fine.
Grandpa just chills. He's like, I'm not going to be a demon anymore. I have stinky little breath. We are going to take him to the vet because they've been like looking skinny. So that's why we've also been giving him the wet food to try and like fatten him back up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, man. These cats.
I know it's hard.
My little demon boys.
Yeah.
They're my demon boys. Hey, you can sit with us listeners Etsy knows what kind of holiday gifting reactions you're looking for this year. You want squeals of delight, happy tears, spontaneously written songs of joy, right? Well, to get reactions like those, you need to make sure everyone on your list feels heard with handmade, handpicked, and designed gifts from small shops on Etsy. Etsy makes it so simple to find original items that will make whoever you're shopping for feel extra special. When they open that box, it will be love at first gift, the kind of love you can only get when a gift is truly thoughtful and perfect for that person. Shop Etsy this holiday season for personalized jewelry, custom artwork, cozy style items, vintage pieces, and home decor to celebrate all of your favorite people and their specific kind of special. For original gifts that say, I get you, Etsy has it. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. With the holidays coming up, things can get a little stressful. My parents were just in town, and I am so grateful for all the help my mom gives me with Henry. It's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that we're trying our best to make sense of everything happening in this crazy world and to offer ourselves a little bit of grace. Here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life, including yourself. Here at You Can Sit With Us, we love therapy. It's great to have someone to talk to bounce ideas off of. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/sitwithus today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sitwithus. We had to tell the babysitter today who loves Alfred. She's he sits by her while Henny's napping. They have a nice bonding moment. But
how do we set Alfred up to succeed? Can we change
scream at him when he goes near the door? No.
No. Yeah. I was poor little Alfred.
No, he just needs to be reminded that he lives a good life.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'm going to be like, Alfred, go for it. Go for it. You want to go outside? You want to go meet the neighbor's dog, Milo?
Oh.
We have coyotes.
Oh, that's
in
right.
LA.
Yeah.
You want to go outside, Alfred? You think you don't have a lovely life here? With your own room, a litter box, a family that loves you, feeds you all the best food. You're treated like a prince, and you're going to run outside? You want to run outside on me?
He just
There
forgot.
are plenty of outdoor cats that could come inside.
He doesn't know what the real
Take your
world's
place.
like.
He doesn't know.
You got to show him on YouTube. Be like, Alfred, you got to
I'm
hold
going to
him.
be like, do you remember living in Mexico? Do you remember? It was not a good life for you. You were sad looking. You looked very sad when we got you. And now you're happy. But you're making me sad.
When you try and run away from us.
Hurtful. It's hurtful. I'm like, Alfred, you want to wear a collar? I'll put a collar on you, cat.
You need to put an
if
apple
you try
tag
and
on
run.
him. Yeah.
Because I don't think I think he's chipped and Grandpa Barry isn't.
Okay.
I think we went for no with Grandpa Barry, but for Alfred, it was traumatic. When we were leaving the rescue, they literally were like, "Pew, here you go," and put him in the bag. And I was like,
Ooh.
I know. Watching
My
Bowie get chipped.
God.
Bowie was my first dog, and I didn't know what happened. And I was like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a chip. And watching him as a puppy, I was like, that looked. I didn't know that was gonna. But I mean, for dogs, they're outside so much more.
yeah. I want to say with Grandpa, we were like, well, he never goes outside.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to chip him. But maybe we did. But that was their great adventure. So I think they need some brown noise or green noise.
Or whatever the
calming noise for cats is.
Cat TV. Maybe don't put
but they don't tell you the trouble with cat TV is cats are fucking smart. So you put the cat TV on and you show them birds. Grandpa is trying to rip the TV off the wall because he thinks the birds are behind the TV. Oh. You know what I mean? They don't realize that it's not 4D. You can't go around it.
Oh, I didn't know
So they
that.
get very limited cat TV time, mostly with our cat sitter. She puts it on for them. And I'm like, you watch them. You watch these boys. These boys.
These boys.
Just a poor lady in a house of boys.
You are surrounded by men.
Surrounded by this male energy.
Yeah.
but very sweet male energy.
Yeah.
I'd say sensitive male energy.
You got a good little batch of them.
Yeah. Except for Alfred, who's bad cat of the week. So he can work on it this week to see how he can improve. But he's bad cat of the week right now.
Yeah.
But Maggie, let's not focus on the bad cat of the week. Let's focus on the best cat of the week.
Wow.
Which is you.
I'm good cat.
You are number one cat of the week because it is almost your birthday week.
Yes. I am a November 4th baby. It is my birthday, and every year it sneaks up on us, and I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I have some
plans,
ideas.
no activities. You're turning 32.
Which isn't a big one.
32, feeling like you.
Feeling like myself. Exactly. We had like a very big celebration on my 30th, which was like death to my 20s, which is very fun, very silly. We had a lot of people over at the house, dress up, so fun. Don't think we'll do that sort of vibe, obviously, because 32 is just 32.
Death to your 31.
Exactly. But I think we'll do like a little get together of some sort. I did see that Pitbull was playing in Vegas.
Whoa.
I was interested.
A little get together in Vegas with Mr. 305.
Dale.
Mr. Worldwide.
I really want to go, but I don't think it's going to happen. The only people that I think would be silly enough to go with us are out of town. My lovely sister-in-law, Steffi and Ethan. But maybe
My mom will go with you. She's always wanted to see Pitbull live.
I would die. Just like a group of friends of like going just for like 24 hours. We show up for the day, see him at night, drive back late. Doesn't that sound so fun? 24-hour turnaround.
Just
So
a nice
silly.
little 4.5 hour, 5 hour car ride.
Why not? I did it in
after
college.
a party.
It's fine. It's fine.
You drove to Vegas in college?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's only 3 hours away. You just all pile into a car? Yeah, absolutely. 24-hour turnaround.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Quick.
Quick.
So this year you're thinking smaller. You're thinking intimate. Dinner? Bar?
Yeah.
Activity?
We had like a little outdoor movie night at our house this weekend, which was very fun. We set up a little outdoor projector, cabin in the woods, spooky, very fun. Set out like outdoor lights and stuff. Haven't really had people in the backyard yet, so maybe not doing an outdoor movie, like that doesn't need to happen per se. But now that the weather is more favorable, because it's been really hot where we live, now people can be outside and it not be terrible.
Yeah.
So we may do something like that.
How are the buggies?
No buggies. It's too
No
cold.
buggies.
It was like,
that's
Finally.
nice.
yeah.
I was like, we've been terrorized by the buggies.
really?
Yeah, my place too. It's been bad.
Really?
Like to the
Really
point where
bad.
like all summer I didn't really want to spend any time outside.
I
Yeah,
know,
same
unless
with
you're
us.
like covered in something.
Yeah.
I wanted to get like an industrial sized fan because buggies don't like fans. So if
Oh.
you set up a fan in front of wherever you are, obviously, like if you're in like if there's like a bunch of people, you can only set up fans in like multiple spots, but they do not like fans.
They don't like fans. So you're talking those ones that they have at like Costco to dry the floor,
Yeah.
like one of those huge ones.
Yeah, you can get ones on stand. I mean, they're not pretty, but I get eaten. Like I am
Yeah.
allergic to them, so my bites always get
Really?
huge.
Oh
yeah.
no.
And ugly. So I can't wear like skirts or shorts for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's always my lower legs, like few on my arms, but always the legs. They
I
just
wonder if that's where they like fly. Like I know there were those like super mosquitoes that we had for a while that like stayed low.
Oh. Yeah. They get my ankles. It's
Yeah.
always the ankles, and they can bite through clothes.
Yes.
too.
leggings. Yeah. Which you think you're
so
protected in a legging. You have to wear
Yeah.
loose.
Yeah, they can bite through jeans.
Yeah, before we had people over, we will spray the citrus trees because one, it's just good to like protect against like aphids and things like that. Neem oil and like a mixture. So we like sprayed the plants and they don't like the smell of neem. We did that, and there weren't that many,
oil.
but it was cooler. So I don't know
Yeah.
if it was the neem oil. I don't know if it was the weather, mixture of both. But we're happy.
There was an older lady on TikTok that said to do cinnamon in a little bit of, I don't remember if it was hot water or if it was a little bit of vinegar, but we tried it and it clogged up my little spray bottle.
Yeah, vinegar.
I think I just did a
cinnamon's
little
really
too
hard
much.
to mix
Yeah.
through, or like to get it.
I just
to-
ended up like
tossing it.
No, pouring it just like randomly in the yard. I was like, I guess I'll go over here.
I tried doing that for our planter boxes because we kept getting squirrels, and they said they don't like garlic, so I planted garlic, put cinnamon all over the planter beds. Those little squirrels.
I feel like LA squirrels are another level.
Yeah.
They're ready to eat.
They're a
and
breed of
party.
their own. Yeah, squirrels.
Eat and party. So a little backyard get together, a little backyard hang.
Perhaps.
Cute.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want for your birthday? Any presents?
Presents.
Or actually, let's go backwards. What's the best present you've ever gotten for your birthday?
Zach got me a really sweet gift.
What was it?
I was
What was it
shocked.
and when was it?
It was for my birthday this year. He got me, I just like randomly one time said that I wanted more to attract more butterflies to our garden. And he got me like a butterfly, I don't know, something about mineral salts. It's like this like pottery piece that he got from like Uncommon Goods. It has like a little spot that you put sand and then water, and the minerals attract the butterflies, and it's just like right next to one of our trees. It was a very thoughtful
That's
gift.
a nice present.
I opened it and I was like, what is this? I was like, usually, I mean, getting gifts, I don't know. It just doesn't come naturally to Zach unless I'm like spoon feeding him.
What's the weirdest gift he's ever gotten you? Or the one that you were like, open it, we're like, huh. Or do you usually have to like guide him?
I usually
a
have
present?
to guide. He's usually very, I mean, that one was like caught me off guard because usually I can just plant little seeds and I can kind of guess what he's going to get me based on conversations we've had. But this one was completely like, I didn't even know this was a thing. So I was like, wow, you got me. That was a good gift.
You got me good.
But I haven't been home that much, so I don't know if this little butterfly feeder is working, but I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Yeah.
Has there ever been like a really good gift you got from like a family member or like a friend?
I mean, I'm sure. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
None were that good. No.
Well, Becky, what about you? What are some of the best gifts you've ever gotten?
Keith and I actually don't really do presents that often. I mean, one time I would say when we were like first started dating, he got me a box of candy. Like like it was like this big of just full of candy.
Huh.
Yeah, I think somewhere along the line, maybe like when we first started dating, it was like right out of college. So we didn't really have a ton of money to spend on like gifts. So we didn't do a ton then. But then once we like got older and like more secure, it was like, well, if you want something, just get it. Like why wait for your birthday?
Yeah.
To get something that you're thinking about.
And I never want to just get someone for the sake of getting something. Zach and I very much prefer to just save our pennies and like do something fun together. An experience as
like
opposed
an activity
to like, I don't know, something I don't actually need that I wouldn't buy for myself just on my own.
Yeah.
But sometimes he beats me to the punch. This year, I was like, wow, this is not something that's going to go in the garbage because this is very cute.
Has anything gone in the garbage?
No, but you know, sometimes you like have gotten Christmases and like people feel like they have to get you like coworkers and stuff feel like they have to get you like, I don't know what. And it's like, thank you so much for this.
My brother and sister-in-law last year got me a carrot peeler.
Oh.
They like to give like silly presents and they like made a big show of it of like, here is this bag that's like beautifully decorated. We got you this. We thought of you when we saw it. There's a carrot peeler where you like twist it. So the carrot goes into a pointy stick. That was probably the weirdest present I've ever gotten, but also made me laugh. But actually one of the best birthday presents, this did just remind me of it, is my brother-in-law got me an Adam Driver pillow. So it's a purple pillow with Adam Driver's face on it. And
I haven't seen that in your bedroom.
No, it's in the guest house. It's where all ridiculous things go, the guest house. But when we were trapped in there, why were we sleeping in there? Oh, when our air conditioning broke, when it was like a heat wave, we were sleeping in the guest house for like 3 days. And Henny and I were sitting on the couch and I kept being like, this is your other daddy, Henry. And he was really good at saying, yes.
Yes.
Imagine I would be like, Keith would come and I'd be like, is this your daddy? And he'd go, yes. Oh my God. And Keith was like, don't show him that.
He's going to be like, Dada.
Dada.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam, Daddy Adam.
He's gonna
That's
meet
probably
him
the funniest
someday.
one. Yeah.
He's going to be watching Star Wars with you and he's like 7 and be like, Daddy.
He's gonna be like, he is someone's father.
Yeah.
It's true. He is. No, Kylo Ren is number one dada.
You have got to see Megalopolis. It
Okay,
is-
I've heard, but I also don't want to punish myself that badly. If I have 3 hours,
yeah.
I want to see a good movie.
This is fair. This is
I don't
fair.
want to see what is touted now as probably the worst, weirdest,
Oh, yeah.
not sad, but sad that it got made.
Yeah.
Movie?
Yeah.
I thought you liked to watch bad movies sometimes.
I like good, bad movies.
I would
bad.
say this is a good bad movie.
You think? I heard
would
just bad.
I would say I think there's going to be like rowdy screenings at the Alamo Draft House within a year.
With
Really?
call and response.
I think so. I think there's enough just absolutely batshit weird things in that movie that
Okay.
like it could become a Rocky Horror Picture Show type thing.
That's
and a
really
lot of it
funny.
is just the kooky weird performances. Like some of Adam Driver in
Yeah.
particular just has some really weird line readings where you're just like,
What was the direction here?
right, yeah, it just that no one in the history of cinema would ever have done. So yeah, I mean, it might change your opinion on Adam Driver. So
You think
know,
I'll get the ick?
you might, you might. So maybe you shouldn't.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe you
watch
shouldn't.
it.
But yeah,
I feel like the ick is fleeting though, if you like the person
That's
enough.
true.
The
I
ick
could just
is
like go
fleeting.
back to Star Wars and be like, okay, go back to Girls.
Oh man,
Watch that and be like, oh yeah, that's why I like you. Okay. Okay.
I feel like it's pretty deep rooted.
And Megalopolis. Okay, did you see Longlegs?
No, I haven't. Here's the
I
thing.
think that's good bad. So I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
is it good bad the way that I thought like Longlegs was good bad?
Gotcha,
Or is
okay.
it just
yeah,
bad?
it's
Like Atlas Cloud I thought was bad.
oh,
And I stopped watching it like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so fucking boring.
I think it's less boring than Cloud Atlas. I
Okay.
think it's in this similar kind of vein of a filmmaker just really swinging for the fences
Okay.
and just kind of up their own ass and losing all self-awareness.
Okay, vibes.
But there's just like I've never had a theater experience like that.
I
Where,
have heard the actual in-theater viewing experience is hilarious.
Yeah, just
Doing
I mean,
it with a group.
Yeah, 20 minutes in, people were just laughing out loud. And everyone just gave up on the idea of, we're going to be respectful for this serious film by this serious filmmaker. And it was just like, just laughing out loud at the screen. It's so if you're into that kind of experience, it's probably already out of theaters at this point. So
That's true.
But
I'll look it up.
yeah.
I'll see if there's one last screening we can go to.
Yeah. What are some good, bad movies that you enjoy?
Longlegs is the most recent one that
Okay.
I was like, this is terrible, but I thought it was camp. I thought it was pretty funny. The first like 20 minutes, I would say it was uncomfortable. And I was like, kind of like how Hereditary is uncomfortable. It's not scary, but I was very like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point, and anyone who's seen it knows that, Mommy, Daddy,
Oh my God.
burst out laughing. I mean, the whole theater was just like tickled by this. And then like kind of like what you were saying, it like changed the viewing experience where we were like, okay, wait, is this supposed to be funny?
Okay.
This funny, but I'm trying to think of another like good, bad.
Yeah.
So wait, do you have any movies that you like that are like bad but are pretty good?
I don't like good bad movies.
You like good, bad
That's fair.
movies?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
It's
Only watch
yeah.
the good stuff.
Yeah.
I would get that.
I know Zach is, obsessed with
He's
like Evil
king
Dead.
of-
He loves that kind of stuff.
Oh,
He
yeah.
loves
I
it.
get that.
And is that just kind of a thing where you're like,
He'll,
you
like-
can have that? And, yeah.
He definitely goes off on his own, but if there's one where he's like, Maggie, you have to watch this one, I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Okay, I will watch. Just because you're so passionate about it.
What are some ones that you have, frankly, suffered through?
Cats. So many times.
So many times.
I think I've seen
multiple
Cats
times.
like at least 5 times, and I was like,
Oh
okay,
my
I can't
God.
do this
Oh, no,
anymore.
thank
Wow.
you.
My eyes.
No, thank you. No more Jellicle cats.
No
for
more
you.
Jellicle. I know so many of the songs. Just not because I want to, but because 5.
Oh, yeah.
5 times.
That's
oh my
too
God.
many. Movie musicals are real hit or miss.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Les Mis is a good example of one that took a really not funny but funny turn when Russell Crowe leaps to his death. Spoiler alert. When Javert is, Keith was literally just singing this song yesterday, so it's been stuck in my head. But when he's singing his song and he jumps, for some reason in that movie, the audio engineer was like, you know what, we should have everyone hear a really loud back cracking. When he hits the ground, it's so, I remember we saw it, I don't know, I think we were with friends when we saw it. We didn't see it in theaters, but we all just went, like for an otherwise bad movie, that part, we were like, why would you do that? Why would you make that noise? I think a controversial good bad movie, Greatest Showman. I think some people ride so hard for Greatest Showman, and I will agree, Greatest Showman music, I'm into.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I love it. Greatest Showman, the movie? Trash. It's a bad movie. It is not good. Hard opinion. Line drawn in the sand. It's a bad movie with good music.
I thought you liked it this whole time. I thought you rode for it.
No, I do have a friend, my friend that's getting married this week. Her fiance, when we first met, for some reason, I don't know what she said to me, but in my head, I had it that he like fucking loved Greatest Showman. Like so I would send him these TikToks of like Greatest Showman stuff. And finally, like months in, he was like, why do you always send me Greatest Showman things? And I was like, because you love it. It's your favorite movie. And he's like, no, it's not.
Oh my God.
And so now our group chat name is The Greatest Showmans. Longest running inside joke is about how much he loves Greatest Showman.
That's hilarious.
But I think the music is really good. Really bop with that kind of music. But the actual plot and like the acting
Is rough.
a little questionable.
I haven't seen it.
A little questionable.
I actually haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
What?
I've heard the music.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
You haven't? This is the
I know.
greatest show.
I mean, I would say that most of my exposure to the movie has actually
Is that
come
song?
through Miles Bonsignor. Because
That's right. He does sing it at karaoke.
He's sang it at karaoke so many times,
Yes.
and he's talked about it so much. And I think
Wow.
for a long time, I didn't even admit that I like definitely had a pattern of that. You know, earlier in my life of just like being too insecure to admit that I actually hadn't seen movies, and I would just be like, "Oh, yeah, for sure."
For sure.
For sure, and then just try to change the subject as quickly as possible.
You go and watch it that night.
yeah.
So whenever it comes up again, you're
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Watch it. It's fine. But
I-
the music is good.
The music is good,
The music
yeah.
will keep you watching,
Yeah.
but the plot and like the acting, not necessarily. But
Yeah.
Zendaya and Zac Efron,
Amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Love to watch them. Love to look at them.
It needs to be available on a plane because that would be the perfect
100%.
the perfect kind of
Time
venue
to watch
for
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always
yeah,
try to
yeah.
watch on planes. I always try to watch movies where it's like I should have seen this by now, but like I just don't really want. Like I watched
Yeah.
Bridge of Spies on a plane recently.
Yeah.
Hey, that
And it was
movie's-
like it
that
is
movie's
good.
That
It's-
got Mark Rylance an
It's
Oscar.
true. It's true.
Yeah, I
But
loved Bridge of Spies.
I liked it a lot, but it was just one of those movies where I was like,
Yeah.
when it came out, I was like, this looks boring. Like Spielberg's falling off. Like whatever.
Hey, it was
you know?
beautiful. Tom
But it was
Hanks,
great.
right?
It was actually
Yeah.
really good.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Mark Rylance.
Yeah.
He's this close to an
Yeah.
EGOT.
Yeah.
This close.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a Tony.
So,
and I think he
yeah.
has an Emmy.
Okay, just got to get that Grammy.
He's just got to get that. He's
put
just
out
got to
that
sing.
mixtape.
Yeah. Or I guess beyond like, can you technically get an EGOT if you're on a cast recording of like a musical or a movie?
Maybe.
Oh.
I'm not sure. There's a lot of like weird ways to get a Grammy.
Yeah.
Like I read recently that like Al Pacino has a Grammy or he's nominated. I don't know if he actually has one, but for doing like a recording of like a reading of Shakespeare's sonnets
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that.
I think that's how Meryl
okay.
or someone else also has a
Yeah.
Grammy from reading.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
is against the EGOT rule.
There's too many Grammys.
You need to be John Legend. John
Yeah.
Legend is this close.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
really that
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gonna get it. I
He's
think
gonna
he'll
get it.
Yeah.
He didn't. Did he already get it? He didn't already get it. Did
Stand by.
he? Did he already do it?
Uh-oh.
Did he already do it?
I was too embarrassed to admit that I hadn't seen Big Hero 6
Oh,
when it came out. I don't know what was
Uh-huh.
going on. I just hadn't seen it, and I've recently watched it on a plane, and it was very good.
It's so good.
It's really cute.
I love the strand of like Disney Pixar movies that are about siblings
Mm-hmm.
and grief, other than like trying to find like Frozen and like oh my god, Onward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I haven't seen Onward yet. See, I'm like, why
Oh my
haven't I
God.
seen these
I
Pixar
think there's
movies?
a huge trigger warning for Onward. If you've lost a parent,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't lost a parent, but it still made me cry.
Yeah.
But it's like the most beautiful sibling love of like, your siblings can be your parent figures, but still be your siblings. And in cartoon form,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Does he have an EGOT?
He does.
He has it.
does
He
have-
did it.
he
For
does have an
what?
EGOT.
Give us his
Yes.
his list.
John Legend has an EGOT for his work on the NBC live performance of Jesus Christ Superstar. That was what he won an Emmy for.
Okay.
His
All
Grammy.
right.
He's won multiple Grammys.
Multiple Grammys.
Including Best New Artist, Best R&B Album, Best Male R&B Vocal Performance,
Okay.
Best Original Song Oscar for the song Glory. And then his Tony was for Best Revival of a Play for co-producing Jitney. So
What the heck is Jitney?
I do not know.
The heck is Jitney?
I don't know that one.
So
But, yeah.
technically,
So
but
he
Tony, I'm like, you co-produced it. He didn't
Yeah.
wrte the music. It's a
Right.
revival.
yeah. It's so he has one.
Yeah, technically, he has one. I'm like, Mark Rylance has an Oscar for Bridge of Spies for Best Supporting Actor.
Great movie.
He has a Tony for something. Probably has multiple Tonys. I don't know what his Emmy would be for.
Let's see.
I ride hard for Mark Rylance. Maggie in her head is going, who the fuck is Mark Rylance? Look at a picture. You'll be like, oh,
Yeah,
I
he's
kind of
great.
know this guy.
I watched The Outfit recently.
Oh.
And it's great.
He's wonderful.
It's a perfect little
film.
bottle
Teensy.
film.
Yeah.
You know, of just like clearly they shot it during the pandemic. And they're like,
One
we're just going to do one
location.
location.
Zoe Deutsch is in that one. Yeah, I liked that one. I actually got tickets to see
Yeah.
some play with a friend in New York. We got student rush tickets when I was in college, and we got to meet Mark Rylance afterwards because he was in it.
Oh, wow.
And that started my love.
Wow.
My love for Mark Rylance.
Yeah,
Being
like, I
like,
love
he's
this
the best
movie.
actor of our generation.
Was he nice?
Oh, he was super nice. He was a little like standoffish, but I'm
Okay.
also like, yeah, I'd probably be standoffish if I was a grown man.
Sure.
And 17-year-old girls were coming up to me being like, I love you. I hope he would be standoffish.
Yeah. If he's like, no, let's hang
Yeah,
out. Like,
yeah,
then
yeah.
You'd be like,
No,
yeah,
I liked
yeah.
the
That's a good-
vibe of
that's
he
a
was
good
like,
thing,
I'm
yeah.
glad you enjoyed my work. See you
Yeah.
later.
He seems bashful. He seems like a very
He
bashful.
seems humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, very humble.
Yeah. But yeah, so he
what does he
has,
have?
He has 3 Tony Awards. On the West End, he received 2 Laurence Olivier Awards for his roles in Much Ado About Nothing and Jerusalem. On Broadway,
Jerusalem is, I think, what I saw
in
in high school. Let me look.
Okay.
That sounds really familiar.
On Broadway, he got his 3 Tony Awards for Best Actor in a Play for Boeing, and Jerusalem again, and for Best Featured Actor in a Play for Twelfth Night.
Oh,
And he was
okay.
Tony nominated for Richard III and for Farinelli and the King, but did not win for those.
Huh.
So I don't see anything here about an Emmy.
No Emmy.
No Emmy. So,
But
but
Jerusalem was what I saw.
wow, I don't know that show. What's it about?
It was about this guy, and he basically it took place. There was almost like a trailer park, maybe that they were in. It's a British play, and it was about some British holiday that they were like celebrating, and he was kind of like out of his mind on like drugs and alcohol, and there was like some singing in it at times. And the girl from Skins, if anybody watched the OG British Skins, there was a gal that was on it that was also in this play. And it was something about, he was saying that there would be like, I mean, this was like, honestly, over a decade ago. It was something about like giants. Like he kept saying that something was coming, like a big giant, and you would see the trees move behind them. And they were just like, I remember they were all like rowdy and on drugs and like had the thickest British accents.
Aw.
Just the thickest. But I always remember the play because I went with my best girlfriend. It was college, I guess, because it was in 2011. And we were actually sitting on opposite sides of the theater, and we kind of waved at each other. And a usher came up and was like, "Do you guys know each other?" I was like, "Yeah, she's my best friend from high school, and I came to visit because she lives in Boston." And he moved us up to where the families were, so we could sit together. So we had like a beautiful view, like center of the top balcony.
Nice usher.
Yeah,
Goodness.
but honestly, couldn't tell you much about the plot. But it was wacky. They were in like overalls, and they were on a lot of drugs. I remember people were on drugs.
Man, well, that usher, did some great work. But I'm sure that usher also had some horror stories.
That's true. Jonathan, that's a lovely transition. That's a lovely transition. Yes. You guys, we're going to be reacting to some horror stories of the service industry that we found on the internet, because I feel like the internet is just rife with both servers and service industry workers and people who go to places where you're interacting with service workers, having horrible experiences on both sides. Sometimes you can have really wonderful experiences. I had a lot of wonderful experiences when I was a server. I had a lot of horrific experiences when I was a server. When Keith and I were first looking to buy a house, it was really scary. We really had to look at our finances, talk about our savings, and really plan on the future. And we've all hit a point where we've realized it was time to make serious money moves. Take control of your finances by using a Chime checking account with features like no maintenance fees, fee-free overdraft up to $200, or get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Learn more at chime.com/sitwithus. To date, Chime has spotted members over $30 billion. Eligible members get complimentary boosts to temporarily increase a friend's Spot Me limit. When you give a boost, they can boost you back to temporarily raise your limit. Make your fall finances a little greener by working towards your financial goals with Chime. Open your account in 2 minutes at chime.com/sitwithus. That's chime.com/sitwithus. Chime feels like progress. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in Spot Me and are subject to monthly limits. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details. So it's not all horror, but the horror is the most interesting to hear about. So let's get into that.
Let's do it.
That's more fun for the drama. Let's see some of these Reddit stories we got. Oh, this one I was tickled by because I thought it was hilarious. So this is an Am I the Asshole? And it is not about the server. It's actually about the people that are eating there. So this person writes in, my wife and I, in our 30s, dine out every once in a while, but not too often because of my wife's annoying habit, inherited from her family. She always complains, sends food back if it's not absolutely perfect, and makes needless requests/substitutions. She doesn't have any allergies or sensitivities. It can easily take 5 minutes for her just to order her own food, and sometimes I've already finished my meal by the time she gets her food because she sends it back, asks for modifications, etc. I know restaurant staff don't appreciate it. I've tried talking to her about it, but she doesn't see an issue with it. Anyway, we make decent money and we use our combined funds for dinner and dates. I recently started writing what my wife does on the receipt and then calculating a tip in addition to the normal gratuity to compensate.
Wow.
So to a receipt, I might add,
Oh my God.
I might add complained about not having XYZ beverage plus $5. Asked 5 questions about a single menu item plus $5. Asked for a new drink because too much ice plus $5. Sent meal back was exactly what she ordered plus $5. She didn't notice me doing it in the first 2 or 3 times, but last night she noticed I was spending a lot of time writing a tip amount and asked why. I showed her what I wrote. She's been mad at me ever since, saying I'm embarrassing her to the staff. I told her she's embarrassing us both. Am I the asshole? Petty maybe, but an asshole?
No, I think that's hilarious.
That
I feel
is
like
really
that's very
funny.
self-aware. Honestly.
Yeah, I think you might be being a bit of an asshole. You're funny.
I think you're being a funny asshole.
Very funny asshole. But
Funny
it is
asshole.
the fact that like you're doing it and not communicating and doing it kind of behind her back, I think is not okay. But I will say that's really funny.
I think it's hilarious, but I also am like, okay, sent back the food. That was exactly how she ordered.
Yeah.
In that moment when she says, I want to send this back, and the server's standing there, why wouldn't you say, no, this is exactly what you ordered? I heard you order it.
Yeah.
I've had people do that when I was waiting on them, and I was like, you're a hero.
Yeah.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Yeah. I think also too, like clearly that is a pattern of behavior that the wife has had and her whole family has. So if you married this person
and you've tried talking to them already,
you know what you're signing up for. So you should have made your peace with it a long time ago.
Yeah.
and this is how you're handling it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah,
You knew what you were getting into.
Kind of an asshole, but you're kind of funny.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's like adding $20 to gratuity. So I'm like, okay, live, laugh, love.
I think you can also, if it makes your conscience feel better, is you can add the money, but like don't itemize it. Don't do an itemized
I feel like the
invoice.
server knows.
They
The
know.
server will know.
You can just make eye contact and be like, thank you.
For
And-
all your help. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and then when they see the 45% tip, like they'll get it.
They'll know. Have you guys ever gone out to dinner with anyone who was like rude to wait staff or like not
Yeah.
the nicest or complaining?
Definitely.
It's so awkward.
It's so uncomfortable. It was like for a work related thing. So it's not someone I go to dinner with often.
Yeah.
So I just like was very uncomfortable, made eyes at like the people around us because we all were like, I can't believe he's doing this. This is uncomfortable.
They just like send the food back. Were they like mean to the waiter? What did they
just
do?
like tone and like sometimes like the way he would put his order in was sometimes a little unclear. And so when the food would come out and it wouldn't be to the way that he would like, then he would just like verbalize frustration in a way that wasn't clear.
Yeah.
I was like, people can't read your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be like a little more explicit than that, bro.
Yeah.
Because they're at the end of the day, they are weighing on so many different people, and like clear communication is
Oh, yeah.
necessary. Like people can't read your mind. So
It is such a tough job.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like a red flag to me if I was like
for
dating and somebody was like mean.
Yeah.
So, like even when people are like getting coffee sometimes, I'm like, I get you haven't had your coffee, but like relax. Enough. Be nice.
Yeah. Becky, what about you? Have you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I've never really, I think most of my friends, like when I was in Chicago, were also servers or worked somewhere in the service industry. And then when I came out to LA, everyone was an actor. So kind of by default, they had also worked in some sort of shitty job where you're just kind of like, but I also have friends that like overcompensate for that too much.
Right.
Like I was a server 9 years ago. Like it was a long time ago. I did not tell servers that I was a server at one, but I have some friends that like were also servers like 6 or 7 years ago. And I'm like, you don't need to tell them.
Right.
You don't need to say it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't think I've ever been like on a date or anything where someone was rude, but I've definitely been in situations where it's kind of the opposite, but it is also uncomfortable where someone's like too friendly with the wait staff. I feel like I've like friends' dads or something like that where they like start to like flirt a little bit with the waiter, and it's just like it's so uncomfortable. It's so just like, or they try to make jokes. And it's just like they don't want to hear that.
No.
And they're trapped here.
They're trapped here.
They're stuck. They can't leave.
Yeah. It's yeah.
I would say like a general rule of thumb is like never touch anyone.
Yeah,
while
just
they're
don't
at
do
work.
it.
Just anyone.
Just don't do it.
At any job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any job ever. Just don't touch anyone. I guess unless you're a chiropractor, like a doctor.
Right.
You know, unless like your job is specifically touching people.
Yeah.
Don't touch people. Don't touch people. This one made me go bleh. So this person, this is a server who's writing in, and they were saying that a customer came up with her family, and she said she didn't have a preference on the liquor. She just wanted something strong and sweet. So she brings her a super basic vodka mixed berry drink. She returns it. Of course, this person wrote. The little girl with her tried to take a swig while she wasn't looking as I was taking their order. Not sure if she got any, but my guess is that she did, because maybe 15 minutes later, she threw up all over the floor right under their feet. They go to the bathroom. I drop off some rags for them because, you know, obviously a parent would be embarrassed and clean up after their kid. Nope. They sat there with vomit at their feet and kept eating and drinking. Their kid got sick and they're just chilling. It's also 10 p.m. at this point. Kid is maybe 3. I just kept an eye on them and was waiting for them to do something about this vomit. And they didn't. I waited until they stood up to leave and kindly asked them if they were going to be cleaning this up. if they would like a hand. What are we going to do here? You know, she was flabbergasted and told me she thought normally we do that and I could just mop. I'm so sorry if y'all think otherwise, but that is crazy to me. First of all, that's a biohazard. Second of all, you should clean up after your kids. Girl, I serve alcohol and food. Does this look like a daycare? Oh my gosh. My friend ended up coming over and doing it for her. Embarrassing. She then took the $3 tip she left me off the table. I laughed a little and told them to have a fantastic night. She still comes in all the time, and she's known as the vomit lady to the staff.
Oh my God. The fact that this person comes back to the restaurant.
I would have never returned.
Oh,
Never
wow.
returned.
That's terrible.
I mean, it's definitely, at first I would have thought a case of nose blindness, right? Like, you're like, oh, I smell bad things all the time. So like, can't really tell. And I didn't really know that the kid threw up. But then at the end to be like, can't you just mop it? It's vomit.
In a mop? No. No.
Unsanitary.
Yeah.
Unsanitary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe they sat there and continued to eat. Like, that's stomach insides. That's stomach acid. Like, it smells. It's not like you sneezed and there's like a little bit of snot somewhere. It's like so different.
I'm surprised other people at other tables weren't
Didn't complain
complaining.
anything. Yeah.
You know, that seems like the sort of thing where like a manager is going to get involved, you know, like because that is affecting other people. Well, also it was 10 p.m. so maybe no one else was there.
Yeah.
That's true. Towards the closing time.
Yeah. Which is asshole behavior in its own right of like going into a restaurant right before it closes to like sit down. It's like,
I think
what's the cutoff? What's
I
the cutoff?
know. Keith is always asking this. And I'm like, for me, it would be 30 minutes.
Okay.
If you know what you want to eat and it's super fast.
Okay.
An hour before close, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you're going to sit there too and like chit chat and like hang out with your friends or whatever. Just go somewhere that's open a little later.
Yeah.
I think that's mine. An hour before close is like, that's a little too close. That's cutting it a little too close.
Yeah. Well, it's also they're starting to like put stuff away back there. So there's like chemicals, like they're starting to clean stuff. And so
and
like,
also like, who wants that food? Who wants end of the day food?
Yeah.
Like getting a croissant at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah.
That croissant's been there since this morning. You don't want that chili that's been sitting in the bowl all day. Chili. You don't want that chili. To-go orders, though, I think 30 minutes before close. For to-go,
Okay.
sure, why not?
Okay.
As long, and tip, I guess. Well, guys, speaking of servers, make sure you're tipping your servers, cleaning up if you vomit for your servers, being nice to people, peeing after sex, making sure you vote, be nice to yourself.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.